the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. All that and more coming up next.
Well, folks, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the Hoppin' French Quarter at the Caesars Superdome. Today, we've got an NFC South matchup between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. Welcome in, everybody, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, so much gets made about offensive comparisons. Here's a matchup where the defenses may just take center stage.
Yeah, we're usually talking about guys scoring touchdowns. How about the guys who prevent them and change the momentum of the game when they take the ball away? I love those ball hawks in the secondary. People after my own heart.
Get us started, and we are underway from the Superdome. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the former Texas Christian University Horned Frog, Andy Dalton.
I love his football IQ. I love his ability to have people rally around him. And as he likes to remind me all the time when I get ready to call one of his games, I can run it a little bit too. A nice presence to have on your team.
They come up with exactly 1 minute to go in this first quarter. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them. And boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Play action here with Dalton. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run good for 24 yards.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Coming left is Kamara. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. We're scoreless after 1. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Andy Dalton. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Dalton. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a 1st down.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Then their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Another chance for Dalton. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Eighth play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. And Dalton to throw. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Well, they took the shot, didn't get it. There's definitely a difference here because they had a chance to get 7, maybe 8 if they pushed it. Instead, they'll likely settle for 3.
Yeah, opening drive, holding him to 3. Psychologically, maybe a win for the defense. The kick by Lutz is good. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They won in 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
To kick it away. From the 6. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. Orchestrating the offense will be their versatile quarterback, the Hawaii native, Oregon Duck product. Of course, that's Marcus Mariota.
Coming out of Oregon as the Heisman Trophy winner, we thought that this guy was headed towards superstardom, and while he didn't quite reach those heights, he did have some flashes along the way. And right now, his athleticism continues to keep him in the league. Still has a good arm, mobile, a great guy to have in the locker room. He can win if given an opportunity.
Just 25 seconds to go in the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. From the gun, Mariota. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Second and 4. Mariota. That'll be taken in by Demir Bird. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. A first down throw for Mariota. He'll get this into the hands of Bird. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, BG, thanks very much. And welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports halftime report. First, let's get a check on the next-gen stats from that first half for the Falcons. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first 2 quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they too have found passing lanes to be hard to come by so far. As you see by the numbers, they'll need to figure that out in the second half.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Can see this quite a bit on running plays where the guy's out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
Patterson running between the tackles. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On 2nd and 9, Mariota. That'll be caught downfield by Bird. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Mariota. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's second down.
And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
Now, I wonder what was going through his mind because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive to either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
Credit that good coverage to Paulson Adebo. Got a hand in and knocked it free.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Here's Mariota.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Desperation time. Mariota on fourth down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on fourth down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here, fourth down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is second and less than a yard. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, first and 10. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. Dalton down to a knee, and that'll be all she wrote. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And not all W's are created equal, CD, and this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, the offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off, and they did. But the defense, they carried them in a big way.
Yeah, look, the offense obviously stuff to work on, but they did enough, and the defense carried the load.
Well, you know what they say, it's always fun to work on things. If it didn't go well in your game, with a victory in your pocket, and that's what they've got going.